Joining us today, we have Libby, the founder of Lost for Paws Vietnam in the heart of Thảo Điền.
So my name's Libby or Elizabeth, and I started Lost for Paws Vietnam 6 years ago, where we rescue, rehabilitate, and most importantly, we rehome dogs that have been abused, abandoned, or are in need of medical attention.
Yeah, and you are coming today with a friend.
Yes, today we have Mr. Donnie. Donnie!
Aww.
There we go. Hello, my little friend. Today we both have on our uniforms today.
Yeah.
So if you are young and cool like me, you know on TikTok you have to do a fit check. So I have on my official uniform. That's his official uniform that he wears when he goes and does special appearances at schools, etc.
That's awesome.
So he seems to really like you, TJ. He's ditched me and has decided to hang out with you for the day.
Yes, he can stay here with me. For the rest. Yeah. So what is his story? How did you meet him?
Actually, Donnie was rescued towards the beginning of COVID, and it was
2020.
About 2020, if from memory, and it was two young university students, and they found Donnie on the street, and he was dragging the back half of his body on the street, like he couldn't stand up. So they took him to their university dorm room, which of course you are not allowed to have dog there.
Yeah.
And also Donnie is incontinent. He can't control his pee or poop. So that was very challenging for them to deal with. So they contacted us and we got them to bring him to our vet clinic. They did an x-ray and they saw that maybe at some time he has been hit by a car or a motorbike and not received any vet treatment. So actually the spine was damaged. So one leg was just completely dead. And the other leg he could stand up on. So we removed one leg, and unfortunately you cannot reverse that type of spinal damage. So he does need to wear a diaper. But, you know, he's been with us for 5 years now. And honestly, he doesn't take a lot to clean up after, but he's very friendly, very easygoing, and obviously I would miss him, but I would love to find him a new home. So instead we have made him our ambassador. So he's specially trained to go and do school visits. So we say that Mr. Donnie can take 1,000 pats. So at the end of like a school visit, he does what we call a pat out. And everybody gets to give him a pat or give him a treat or give him a brush. So he's an amazing dog, but unfortunately, there's not much chance of him being adopted.
So he stayed with you almost like at the beginning of Lost for Paws.
Correct. He's been with us right from the beginning. So, yeah, we love him.
So can you tell me the story, how you started Lost for Paws in Vietnam?
So actually, I have been involved in animal rescue here for maybe about 14 years, but not always with my own organization. Initially, I was helping the vet clinic that we work with because they were one of the few vet clinics that had enough space and training to be able to take dogs off the street and help them, rescue dogs, etc.
And this vet is in Vietnam?
Yeah, he's also in Thảo Điền, which is one of the reasons why we have that location for our rescue station. And I saw the work that he was doing, and I was helping him to get some of those dogs adopted as well. But I was working full time and also had a child. So I only had limited time. And then when I did retire when I was 50, I did have some more time to spend with something that I was passionate about. And I was helping some other organizations that did cats and dogs, but always they would get very overwhelmed with the cats.
Yeah.
And then they would start to like, no, we can't take any more dogs. I love cats, but they are not my expertise. I don't know about cat health issues or cat behavior. So I wanted to set up a rescue station that was just for dogs. And we work with 3 other rescue sanctuaries or rescue stations that are just for cats. So if they have someone contact them about a dog situation, we can help them. If we have someone contact us about a cat situation, they can help us. So we work together in that regard. Sometimes people say, oh, why don't you take cats as well? I just don't have the experience for cats. So we mostly concentrate on dogs, but we do help people out with cat rescue situations as well.
Then what is the procedure that normally after you get a call?
Okay, so there's a few different ways that dogs come to us. One is dogs that are abandoned at the vet clinic that we work with. Sometimes people take dogs there and maybe they have some serious illness. And even outside of not wanting to pay the bill, they sometimes don't want that dog back if they're going to need like long-term care or medication. So we have a couple of dogs that were left behind at our vet clinic. Sometimes also, I have to say, expats, they book their dogs in there for dog boarding, leave the country and don't come back. And then they ghost the clinic. And sadly, that is becoming something quite common. And then the other thing is stray dog, because dogs are pack animals.
Right.
So even if they are loose on the street, they will always make a little pack. They will always find each other and make a little pack. They will go looking for food together. They will protect each other when they are sleeping, things like that. So recently we had some students from Chuduk University contact us. They had 3 dogs there. We were able to move the 2 bigger dogs into homes and the smaller dog we were able to bring to the shelter. So he's getting leash training now. Other times we have people contact us about dogs that are on the street and they get mange. They look really bad. They've lost all of their fur. They're very thin. They're really unwell. In those cases, we will go. Sometimes it might take us 2 or 3 days to get the dog's trust by feeding them, getting them closer and closer to a crate. Sometimes we will ask the people in that community for help. Maybe there's a street food vendor that has been trying to feed the dog and the dog is more trusting of them and they can get the leash on the dog for us. So every situation is a little bit different. One thing is we don't buy dogs. So when people report dogs that are in abuse situations, most commonly dogs that are in cages. So it's usually from the neighbors because the dog is crying and barking all day and all night because they are locked in the cage. Those situations are very challenging. If the people are friendly, sometimes we will keep going back and back. Sometimes it can take months before we convince them to let the dog go. Usually, though, within 2 weeks, they have another dog. So without laws to stop them from getting another dog and doing that again, it's really difficult. It's a little bit like screaming into the ocean. We did take a dog from a cafe recently that had been on a chain. It took me about 3 months to convince them to surrender her to us and then also to agree to not get another dog. Instead, I gave them the contact of a man who actually needed a place to sleep at nighttime. So they got him a little fan and a little camp bed and now he sleeps at the cafe at nighttime. So he has somewhere to sleep that is off the street and they don't need to keep a dog on a chain as security at nighttime anymore.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so you have to be patient. You cannot be aggressive with people and say, yeah, you are a bad person for doing that. You have to be really quiet, speak respectfully. Some people are just very aggressive straight up, and in those situations, you just have to let it go.